So, Carl,
Hello, mate.
what episode's this? Because this isn't a normal awkward turkey podcast at all.
This is an uncomfortable. We needed to slot one more episode in November because November was a bit big for his boots. I can imagine him walking down the road, strolling like this, and he's like, "Just gonna pop an extra week in."
Yeah,
Great.
5 weeks instead of 4.
Yes.
And the world being the way the world is at the moment,
Yep.
has meant that we've got to kind of do things a little bit out of sync this month.
Yeah.
So you can't leave.
I can't leave Swansea. No.
And all the stuff that we've already filmed and recorded for the podcast in November was filmed by me coming to Swansea.
Yeah.
Which
a week ago.
Which I was allowed to do a week ago. And I'm now no longer allowed to do.
No one in, no one out.
No one in, no one out. So
we tried to convince the Welsh government that this was essential work. They refused.
So essentially, we've named all the other episodes. This is not episode 5. It's not episode 4.
This is episode 4.5.
4.5.
I don't know. I did it to you. Then I'm looking at you, but my cameras are there and there.
I know. I'm trying to look at the camera and look at you.
4.5.
Yeah. So this will come before the stuff that we filmed in Swansea, but it'll sort of make sense as you listen. And we wanted to make sure that we did 5 podcasts this month.
Giving people what they want, my friend.
It's 5 weeks. Now, we got some good stuff coming up. I say good stuff. We've got a good thing.
We've got stuff coming up.
We got stuff. We got stuff. We have him as a guest a little bit later on in November's episodes. But he's in Spain at the moment. It's Adam Westcott. And I'll build it up a little bit. I got in touch with him in the week and I said, Carl and Mia, we've got one more week to shoot. We can't meet up. We can't do it together. So how do you feel about putting a quiz together for me and Carl to do? And he said, I can't think of anything I'd like to do more. So that's.
I didn't know where that was going for a minute.
Where did you think it was going?
I don't know. Can't think of anything I would like to do less, maybe.
Well, everyone's got a bit more time on their hands if you work in entertainment. So he's put together a quiz, which we'll see a little bit later on. So it's weird, this, because we've done a lot of episodes now in each other's company. And I don't want to say I like it more.
This is much better, right?
Yeah, well, you're out and I'm in mine. It's quite nice, yeah.
Yeah, I can leave the conversation anytime I want. It's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know about the dynamics of you and I not being, how that works of us not being in the same room.
It works amazingly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So this is the lockdown edition of the Awkward Turkey podcast.
4.5.
4.5, episode 4.5. As always, we'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's a patron of this show. I think
like to know what I would like to do first? Roll them bloody titles.
I forgot.
There you go.
There we go. I almost forgot about the titles because it
does. Do I get PRS in those titles or what?
I think possibly further down the line we can have a look at whether you get paid for the little jingle that you made for the beginning of the show. I want you to know as well that I don't just think of you as like my little jingle machine.
Good.
Because I did ring you when we were making this and said we need a jingle, and you were like, I'm on it. And then I did ring you with no time to spare and say, that podcast we're doing from lockdown. You were like, yeah. I was like, Adam Westcott's going to put a quiz together for us. And you were like, okay. And I was like, can you make a jingle for that? And you did, and you have, and it's brilliant.
And you did one down in your, the show that went on forever. What was that called?
Self-Isolation Saturday Night Takeaway.
That's right. Yeah.
All episodes still available on Catch.
Still available unwatched on YouTube.
I did ask you to do a jingle for that, and they are very
popular. I did.
They're still very popular.
Well,
what I'd like to say to people as well, just talking about the podcast.
Yeah.
We've got some new, it's up now. So we've got some new artwork for the podcast.
Yeah.
Which looks really, really cool. If you're listening to it on iTunes or Spotify, or even if you're watching it on YouTube, go and check it out afterwards. It's like a cartoony design of me and Carl. And that's not the point of this point. The point of this point is, got in touch with Carl today to say, look how really cool this artwork that he's designed looks on all the platforms that the podcast is available on. I said, but
You changed my picture. I don't like the way I look in that one. So I spent
did
another
say-
6 hours doing the
did
picture
say-
again. So
did say,
brilliant.
could you change the picture? But I also said, you've got my Instagram handle wrong. It was, you know, you
Oh,
need an
yeah,
O
yeah.
on the
Got to
end of
get
Tom
that
Vaughan.
self-promo in, anyway.
And then I came back and said, actually, the website, for if you want to become a patron,
That was wrong as well.
doesn't even say awkward talk.
At least I didn't get any. It didn't say awkward talkie.
Awkward turkey. It doesn't say that. It said awesome turkey. I said to maybe change that. And then once you
It
change
didn't.
those
It
bits,
just had a gap in it. It said awkward, but it had a gap
it
between
said
the
awesome. Awesome turkey.
Mm.
I'll put the screen grab up
Oh.
now.
Okay, but at least I got all my stuff right. That's all that matters.
Well, you
Oh no,
kinda-
wait, I didn't.
No. What?
I didn't get that right either.
Not to give you this podcast is a great little form of promotion for you and for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
What's your band called?
Who's Molly?
Who's Moley? Which is what apparently, if you went on iTunes and had a look in the description for this podcast, my
Who's
Instagram
so
name was wrong.
Molly, 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 Molly.
It was called the Awesome Turkey, and Carl is from the band Who's Moley.
Mate, I've been saving this for you, but let me give it to you now while I can remember. Hang on, it's just in my pocket. There it is.
Predictable. As predictable as me going, oh, thank you, Carl. Thank you
Hey,
so much.
it's a young joke. It's a young joke. I didn't know if you'd get it.
Thanks. Thanks very much. Not old. Not old. And very,
Quite small.
very, very tall.
Little Tommy Vaughan.
So what? This is a question I normally ask you when we meet up. But what have you been up to this week?
What have I been up to? Well, I started the week off in my house.
Yeah.
And so that was Monday. What did I do on Tuesday? I stayed in. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Wednesday. Yeah, I stayed in there as well. So what day? Thursday was quite exciting.
Really? What
I
happened?
stayed in on
Ah,
Thursday as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, I haven't done anything.
Do you know what my problem is? I've completed Netflix.
Yeah, people said that about YouTube, didn't they? I've completed YouTube.
It doesn't even say to me anymore, do you still want to watch this 5 hours in?
Yeah. Are you still watching?
It just sort of pops up on the screen a bit like a concerned mum does and goes, have you eaten? Have you had enough sleep? You really need to watch episode 18 of Making a Murderer. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Have you started anything like again?
No. What did I start watching? I'm trying to think if I have started watching anything again. Not really. The one that I've watched and I'm really gutted it's over. Really gutted it's over is
What's
The
that?
Boys. The Boys. It's on
Oh
Amazon
yeah, that was
Prime.
good. Yeah.
Really,
good.
really good series. I really enjoyed that.
I finished it in the end. Remember I said I hadn't finished
did.
it, but I finished it now.
I had to tell you had to finish it, didn't I? It's good.
Yeah.
Really
It's
good.
really
But
good.
mate, it's just it depends. Like if I watch this thing called what's it called? Euphoria. It's got
Yeah, I never seen it.
Zendaya in it. It's like pretty hard hitting, very, very, very adult. Don't watch it with the kids around, but amazing storyline. Amazing storyline. Won't
Right.
ruin it for you. It's great.
Thanks.
But
Imagine that. Imagine you just gave away the ending. Not just for me, but for everyone.
so
He
I saw.
dies.
Oh, there's a brilliant. I
He dies with a bullet in his eye.
saw a brilliant meme the other day.
Meme.
What?
Huh?
What was that?
Nothing.
Was I just saying? You cut me off. I was saying I'd seen a brilliant
The meme.
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 Yeah. Meme.
You old mother lover. It's
So
a
brilliant-
meme.
I saw a brilliant one of those memes
Memes, yeah.
online the other day, and it gives away the end of the film, but people have seen it, and it was Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense.
Right. Oh, I've seen it.
Have you?
No. Never seen it. But I
And
know
it
the kid
says-
sees dead people.
It says because obviously Bruce Willis is dead all the way through The Sixth Sense. Spoiler alert. But it says on this meme, it said, if you think you're having a bad day or you think 2020 is bad, imagine being Bruce Willis. He was dead and he still had to go to work.
Come on,
quite
little
good.
Tommy Vaughan loves that.
Imagine, but just imagine
Yeah.
going, oh God,
Look at his little face.
I'm not getting paid. My wages haven't gone through. Keeps this kid, I can't fix him. He's keep seeing dead people. Oh, wait a minute. My wife's sleeping with someone else. Actually, I'm dead. And I've been going to work for the last 6 months unnecessarily.
Loser.
Great film, though. Great film.
I've never seen it.
Have you not
Never
seen
seen
The
it.
Sixth Sense?
Genuinely never seen it. No, never seen it.
There's-
I'm not really a film buff.
Why?
I don't know.
Not that it's
Why?
okay.
I know.
Not that it's not
No
okay
one-
for you to not have an opinion
No one's
on something,
ever
but
said
why?
that. Why? Why are you not a film buff? I don't know. Just not a film buff. Also, I can watch things. Here's a really good thing about me is I can watch them and then watch them again and laugh out loud at the joke like I've never heard the joke on
that
TV
because-
shows. Like, like Friends and stuff.
Is
I'll
that
watch
because
it
you
and-
forget?
I just don't take it in. I think it's my mind is
wondered-
always thinking about other things
I
while
wondered if it was you being forgetful or something like that, because you do. I've noticed you tell me the same stories.
do I?
Yeah. You'll tell me the same stories a few times, none of which can be repeated on this podcast. But you-
Maybe we cut that out now.
well.
What else have you been doing? Did you do anything for Halloween?
No, and ironically, there was no trick or treating either. Nothing happened.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Well,
I think
potentially
lots
that.
of people get really annoyed that they couldn't go trick or treating this year.
Were you
Get
one of them?
really annoyed on social media that they could
Did
like
you
friends.
did you used to go trick or treating?
Not really, no.
I didn't. My mum didn't let me.
Why?
Well, my brother very, very quickly worked out.
It was
that-
scary during the war, though, wasn't it?
Oh dear.
People only had ration packs that they couldn't give out too much chocolate.
I remember. I'm not old. I wasn't doing trick or treat during the war. I feel like I need to continually defend myself. I
The
do
more
remember.
you bite, the more I want to say it.
Yeah, I do remember my brother coming back from trick or treating when we were teenagers, and he had like a handful of money. And I said to him, "Where have you got that from?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Mate, it's dead easy. Instead of trick or treat, just say trick or money." I was like, "That's verging on the line of robbing
Yeah.
people." Yeah. So essentially,
Yeah.
he'd just knock on the door and go, "Give us a quid, or I'll throw an egg up your greenhouse." Not a euphemism,
He sounds like a treat.
but
Sounds like a treat of a bloke.
I think you'd like my brother, but I never went. I
Is he
don't think
like
I
you?
ever did. He's nothing like me.
Love him.
No, he's nothing like me. But I never went. I think my mum used to say it wasn't the right thing to do to go and knock on people's houses and
I think it's changed a bit
Vandalise
now.
it.
Like kids knock the door, you give them some sweets. We never give money. I'm not giving
No?
money to kids. No. I want to give you money.
you're quite
You get
tight.
a bag of sweets. F off. Go and knock June's house.
though. Who's June?
My next door neighbor.
Excellent. All right, June, if you're watching.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, never give money. Grow up.
I just think I've never really been big on Halloween.
Do you ever go to Halloween parties, dress up?
No. And here's the thing. I don't know if this is the same in Swansea as it is in England, but Halloween's obviously it's a big American tradition, isn't it? It came
Yeah,
across the
real
West,
big.
haven't we? When did it start being a thing? And I sit on the fence with it a little bit because costumes brilliant. I like dressing up. Why do girls have to always make their Halloween costume the sexy equivalent of the thing that they're dressing up as?
Why
So if
is this a problem?
I don't know.
Why is this? Why are you making an issue of this and bringing attention to this? Just leave it be.
I just
They
think
want to do it, they can do it. If they
I
don't
just-
want to do it, that's okay as well.
I just think Halloween's about like when I dress up for Halloween, a lot of time and effort will go into like a spooky character or
Tell me like someone you've dressed up as.
Beetlejuice.
Okay.
You
Got a
know what I
picture?
mean? No. But I thought the point of it was to, I don't know, dress as like the guy in the mask out of Scream and It was the point of it
Yeah,
was to
at
be
one point it
spooky
was-
and scary.
Right, yeah. And now it's just become dress as someone off the TV or in a film, right?
Or if you're a girl, a
A
sexy
sexy
kitten.
equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah, or like a sexy zombie.
Man, I don't know why you got such a big problem with it.
I don't know. I don't know
Just
if
leave
it's.
it be.
I don't know if because it's not in the spirit of Halloween. I've got no issue with girls dressing up nice for any occasion, but I
Good.
just think it's. I just don't think it's in the spirit of Halloween.
Fair enough. Just another one of those things that makes Tom tick.
Do you know if you never done that? Even when something like that, you go, okay, that's actually pretty cool. I quite like that, but because it's not really in the spirit of Halloween, I'm not okay with it.
I'm not a big fan of dressing up and parties and
I know
stuff.
you're not
but
a fan of dressing up or parties.
every now and then we have been invited to a Halloween party, and I dressed up one year as Dustin from Stranger Things, had the big curly wig
Okay.
and the cap and the Ghostbusters outfit that the kids dress up in.
No, I can see you getting excited
It's
about
brilliant.
that.
I'll send you a picture of it so we can put it up on the screen.
Stick it up on the screen.
now.
I think that's really cool. Why didn't you want to ever dress up for the Saturday night show?
Because I'm not a fan of dressing up as Danny Zuko or the Greatest Snowman.
We know what you're doing for the Christmas special, though. Oi, oi. No, I don't know. I don't know. Christmas, I'm all over. Love it. Easter, even to a certain degree, really, really like it. But Halloween, I don't know. It's just one of those things. It doesn't really do it for me. It doesn't really shoot me rockets.
So a holiday, I'm desperate for a holiday.
I am exact. That's the first time I think I've agreed with you as like unequivocally,
100% kind of thing. Yeah,
as perfectly as that. That's all I want to do.
yeah.
All I want to do. So, where would you go?
Florida,
Disneyland.
Disney World in Florida, and I'd go to Universal and all that. I just 2 weeks get away from it all.
That's not
the
really a
food
holiday.
out there.
It's not really a holiday. It's quite a full
Oh,
on
mate.
action packed.
Yeah,
couple of
but
weeks.
because we used to do it once a year. So we used to every September we'd go to Halloween Horror. Big fan of the old Halloween Horror out there. Have you ever been to
After I've just hammered it and gone, hate Halloween.
No, okay, so here's the thing. It's really different over there. So Halloween Horror, you go to the park and have you ever been to any of the parks?
I've been to Florida and Disneyland and Universal, but I went when I was 8 and when I was 12. So probably about careful.
So yeah. So back in the 80s, it was way different, I've heard. But now it look,
I think it was about 1990.
It was probably in the 90s you went, yeah?
Yeah.
If you were that young, it was probably
I
90s.
think so, yeah, 95 maybe.
Yeah, okay. So it's expanded now. It's 2 big parks. I feel like Universal is 2 big parks. And in the main Universal one, first of all, it's massive. It's like it takes you 40 minutes to walk around it kind of thing. So you walk in and there's what they call a scare zone. They have all these like actors and they come up and they go, "Rah!" and they like try to frighten you, but it's all themed. Would you? Okay, yeah. I'm not a big fan of it either, but Claire loves it, so I have to go.
You don't like the jump scares.
3 beers later, I'm like this. And then they have 14 houses, Halloween houses. So you go into the house and it's themed. So say the theme is Stranger Things. So you walk in and it's the room with all like the light bulbs and the letters on the wall. You walk through that and like they have people basically reenacting scenes. Or like one house will be The Shining. So you'll have like the 2 girls, the twins, and then you'll have the wall of blood where the lift is and stuff.
You're not selling this to me as a holiday.
It is so much fun.
Okay.
It's buckets of fun. It's so much fun because you're frightened, but they don't touch you. So they come close and go, "Rah," but they don't, you're fine. You're safe.
Yeah.
And you're basically just in a queue walking around these houses getting terrified. So
that's a little bit of a brief insight into what Carl does in his downtime. There is
No, it's fun. Honestly, it's buckets of fun. You know,
There
and then
is-
the next day you're meeting Goofy and Pluto.
How old are you? 32. No, listen, I'm honest. I haven't been to Disneyland for, well, I won't, so 12, 22, 32, for about 25 years, 23 years, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's probably majorly changed since.
I think he probably has. But what I'm saying is, even though I'm a grown man, I'd still definitely go back. It wouldn't be my first holiday after lockdown.
Would you go like somewhere like Dubai or somewhere? Are you one of those?
Mexico.
Okay.
Mexico.
To just sit on a beach.
No, there's a lot more to it than that. I'd go to there's a place in Cancun, and it's just, if you like, imagine what paradise is in your head, that's what it's like.
Florida.
No, I'm not talking about walking around some manky house with the Stranger Things cast and two kids from The Shining jumping out and grabbing me and screaming in my face. I'm talking about somebody going, here's a glass of wine, Mr. Vaughan. Would you? Which one of the 7 restaurants would you like to eat in tonight? That's the type of holiday I want to go on.
Fair enough.
One
I
way
just
you
get
can
bored.
I
sitting
don't
on-
know. Leave your phone, like lock your phone in the
Yeah,
safe.
that's a big thing for me.
Not have it all day, you know, all night. Just like be unreachable. And have really, really hot sun.
Okay, I'm not a massive fan of heat.
No, I like it. I do. I love it. The last time I went to Mexico, and I've only been once before, I hadn't been on holiday for 8 years.
Wow.
Like 8 years of just work. And I was going out with a girl at the time. She was like, look, we've got to go away. You need to have a break. And I was like, okay. And we saved up, and it was really expensive. And we saved for like 2 years to go.
Right.
Rained every single day.
Brilliant.
We went in.
Perfect holiday.
We went in hurricane season.
We got stuck in a hotel in hurricane season once.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
wasn't
fun,
fun.
is it?
No, it wasn't fun.
No.
It wasn't fun.
When like they're like, just stay in your room. We'll bring the food to your room. Just stay in the room. You're like, yeah, I'm on holiday.
Yeah, I don't
14
really
hours away from my home.
I don't really want to just stay in the room.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but even still, even in hurricane season, it was still a pretty beautiful place to be in the rain,
Right.
I guess. But yeah, holiday, 100%. The second it is safe to do so, and I mean like, I don't mean like a little mini
Vaccine
break
safe,
or
yeah.
whatever. I mean like, go
A
somewhere
week
red hot.
away, yeah.
Red hot. 2 weeks,
Yeah.
3 weeks. I have to go back to work for a bit first.
Yeah. In 2022, book a holiday.
Yeah, definitely. That's what's on the cards. Now, I think what we should do here.
Yeah.
I think what we should do now is we should get our guest, Mr. Adam Westcott,
here we
on.
go.
Listen, he's been beavering away all week in his apartment in Spain.
He's your biggest fan. So you and him have probably got together and done some quiz questions that only
No.
you know the answer to.
No.
Yeah, I know the score.
I did
Make
say
Carl look like a fool.
I did say to him in the week. I said, "Now, Adam, because he's a big fan of the TV show The Office, and
As
so
are
am I."
you. You
And
know
I said-
all the quotes.
And I said, Adam, this quiz has to not be all about The Office. And he said, I completely understand. So he knows the drill. But he's in Spain. I'm pretty sure he's in lockdown as well.
Right. Do you reckon it'd
So-
be raining?
Well, because we've already filmed this bit, yes.
Yes, mate. I just wanted to see how far I could go with that with you.
As that's referred to as breaking the fourth wall. Obviously, everything's filmed out of sync this month. So yeah, let's go to Adam in rainy Spain and see what he's got up his sleeve for the quiz.
Mate, I made him a jingle.
You did.
I made him a jingle. Roll a jingle, baby.
I'll do a little title for it as well. Go on, say it again.
Nice. All right, you ready? Roll a jingle, baby.
Where did the bebe come from?
I don't know, baby. Adam, 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 Westcott's quiz.
West quiz.
Adam Westcott.
Hello, how's it going?
Imagine he wasn't there now.
Yeah. It's very, very bloody good to see you, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, it's good to see you both. Oh, so I'll just put this on silent because I'm popular,
yeah.
as you just heard. But
What's that? What's that photo on your backdrop there on the back screen of your phone? It looked very, very moody. What is it?
I think you'll recognise that. That's the I'm gonna just cover the note. How do I get rid of clear that? Okay, clear that. That
Take
is
Pornhub
clear,
off.
clear that as well. That is the artwork.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's black and white.
I remember. It's a very, very good photograph. You must have had an incredibly skilled photographer
Yeah.
working with
And
you.
quite an ego to put your own picture as your screensaver.
How did you? I mean, that was a very quick glimpse. I put that phone up. How did you? Your beady little eye. How did it catch that?
I'll be honest with you, Adam. I don't miss a lot unless it's going fast, and then I miss
Yeah.
it.
He doesn't miss a lot unless it's supposed to be there at 4:00, and then he misses 45
Right.
minutes. of it.
Okay. So I'll fill everybody in a
Actually,
little
it's
bit.
an hour and 7 minutes, but yeah.
I'll fill everybody in on this little bit. Obviously, Adam, this is this podcast is slightly out of sync because we're trying to. Obviously, we've gone into a little bit of lockdown over here in the UK.
4.5.
Yeah, episode 4.5. So because of that, we're shooting a little bit out of order, and that's why we're doing this one, which is the lockdown special. Just for everybody at home, I did tell the boys to be ready for whatever time this is supposed to be, 7 p.m. Sunday.
Yeah. So technically, it's 7. No, it's 8:08, and we're only just starting. Brilliant.
I
Well
did
done, Tom.
make make them wait for an hour, but luckily you guys haven't got to wait for an hour for what will surely be one of the greatest lockdown quizzes. If you've not had enough of lockdown quizzes, because didn't everybody do a lockdown quiz?
Everyone who's
Yes.
cool did.
Everyone did like a Zoom one. You invited me, Carl. I remember this.
Yeah,
Tell
I
them the
did. I did
story,
one on
tell them the story.
Instagram. I had lots of like musician friends of mine, people in bands, singers, guests who were like podcasters and YouTubers and all of that come on, and we did one a day for about 3 weeks, and it was cool. And we did all that, and I said to Tom, right, second weekend, I said, you do the Tuesday. So I went live on the Tuesday. The only person that didn't turn up, little Tommy Vaughan. The only he just didn't turn up. Just didn't come live.
Totally forgot.
So waited for him.
Typical.
So he had zero on the leaderboard. So
Well, I'm hoping to redeem it today. I'm hoping to redeem it today with this quiz. So I got in touch with Adam in the week. Well, Adam, tell him I got in touch with you in the week, and what did I ask you to do?
You said, would you be able to put together a quiz?
Thanks for building it up.
yeah, you throw him up, Tom. He'll knock him down.
Yeah, it was as pretty much as direct as that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just ask? Is it mainly on the plane?
What, that it rains in Spain?
The rain in Spain right now. Boom! I'm out an hour. Nailed that.
And if you want more gags like that, the link to be a
Haven't
patron
seen it,
is
baby.
at the bottom at the moment.
Yes,
Be a
I did.
patron. More great gags from Carl like that.
You're welcome, world.
What you did do, which I think is brilliant, and we've already played it, but I think we should play it again now, is the jingle into this segment. And you might have to explain to people, because when Adam is a guest further down the line in November, and the gag that you're
I got quite excited, didn't I?
Yeah, the gag that you're referring to that isn't coming out for 3 weeks. You might just have to explain to people why you've done the Batman theme.
Adam Westcott's quiz.
Oh,
You're
I love
welcome,
that.
mate.
It's great.
You can keep that forever. I'll send you a
that's
copy.
So that's the jingle. Adam, have you got a way of keeping score for me and Carl while we do this?
I can go and get a pen and paper.
Prepared as ever.
Wait, how many questions are there?
The 10.
Oh, you keep on your head. What's
Pardon?
your pen and paper for?
Why can
I'll
he keep
keep
score in his
score.
head? You're not keeping
Do
score.
it
You're
again.
not allowed to keep score.
There's only 10 questions, mate. Can you not count to 10 or what?
No, I need to do it properly.
Why do you get some points? You get
It
more
needs to
than
be
1
written
point.
down.
You get more than 1 point for a right answer.
What do you mean? Like, are there like extra bonus ones? Let me have a look.
Yeah.
No.
No. So
it's just 1 point.
It's just going to be every
per
right
question.
answer you get 1 point.
And is it who answers first?
And you needed a pen
Yeah.
and paper for this. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Well, yeah, you do. I can't. It needs to be done properly.
I'm only joking. Only joshing with you.
So, have you always wanted to be a quizmaster, Adam?
I always, yeah, I have actually. So you're making the dream come true. What about Mastermind?
Why would it be Mastermind?
Because questions. It's close as a question.
Who hosts
you mean-
Mastermind, mate? Mastermind, and you needed a pen and paper to add up to 10.
Oh God!
Hello, my name's Adam, and the speciality will be counting to 10. Wait, no, it won't. I haven't got my pen and paper.
My name's Adam Westcott, and my speciality will be telling you how many strings are on my guitar. But first, let me get a pen and paper.
Come on, Ad. So, who do you want to be like, Cilla Black or Richard Osmond? I'd go with the
Richard
latter.
Osmond. Who is
Yeah,
Richard Osmond?
Yeah, who is Richard
Oh.
Osmond?
Good Lord.
Is he one of the Osmonds?
No. Oh, God. Why are all your references old? All your references
I'd be like a
old.
Chris Tarrant.
Chris Tarrant.
Chris Tarrant. There you go.
Oh,
Are you the Michael Sheen version or the Chris Tarrant version?
I feel like we've probably built this quiz up way more than it needs to be.
I'm excited. What's the name of the quiz, Ad?
What is the name of the quiz?
Westworld.
Yeah, I was going to say
Brilliant.
Westie's Wild Quiz World.
Oh, the Wild Wild West.
The Wild
Oh.
Westcott quiz.
Come on. Let's go.
I've got a
Bebe.
feeling. I've got a feeling
Um,
that people are going to be talking about this for
yeah.
years to come, and they're going to keep asking for this to be a feature.
I have a feeling they won't, but we'll see.
Adam Westcott, take it away. Do we? Is it first to answer? Is
Tom
that how it
first.
works?
Tom first. Oh, we don't. Oh, yeah. Go
So
on.
I was thinking about that actually. Are we going to be like the first person to answer it out loud? Yeah.
You'll
Oh,
have
you
to be
only
the
have
judge.
10 questions. You don't have 10 each, is it?
No, it's just 10 questions,
It's 10.
and then
Could
you
only
both
write
have
10.
to.
Okay.
You both go for it at the same time.
All right, mate. So, should we make a buzzer noise?
Yeah, let's have a buzzer noise.
Okay,
Oh,
That'll be
that's
mine.
very, very good.
Yeah.
like that.
And mine's
What's
gonna
yours,
be,
Tom?
Mine's going to be. Oh, it's me,
Tom.
Johnny Vegas.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be more like.
Oh, it's me, Johnny Vegas.
Okay.
But obviously, mine's a bit longer, so you have to. Adam,
Take that into consideration.
you are the adjudicator.
Okay.
Okay, or
I'll
you
put-
you can shorten it and go. You have a laugh.
very, very good.
I love this quiz already.
I'm going to put some
Yeah, I'm
music
gonna laugh.
underneath it. I'm going to put some really, really sort of moody, quizzy music underneath it to build suspension and build tension.
Ding, ding.
Okay.
All right, so
Let
that
me
music's
think.
playing.
All right. Let's quiz. Okay, that was.
Please start everything with just that. Let's quiz.
Oh,
Let's quiz. Okay.
okay.
Right. Should we quiz?
Let's
yes,
quiz.
please, mate.
Okay. In the quiz episode of The Office, who did David Brent think was the Cuban leader?
Oh, it's me, Johnny Vegas. Frey Bentos.
They can't always be off this question.
Frey Bentos is the answer.
Right. Okay. Question number 2. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box is a quote from which film?
Oh, it's me, Johnny Vegas. 7.
Go on,
Brad Pitt, 7.
Carl.
8.
No.
Let's
Okay,
quiz.
we'll move on.
You better have bonus
Let's
questions,
quiz.
my friend. Let's
What
quiz.
What does David Brent prefer instead of Neil's homemade birthday cake?
Oh, God's sake.
If if you'd have known the conversation I had in the week with him, I said to him all week, I was like, mate, they can't all be about the office. And he was like, they won't
They won't be. It's, I promise you. I
Go on.
promise you.
Just
What
5 out
what
of
is the
10.
question?
Go on.
The question was, what does David Brent prefer instead of Neil's homemade birthday cake?
that. It's me, Johnny Vegas. The answer to that is he prefers a flan.
He does prefer flam. Okay. Question number 4. Supersonic is a documentary about which British band?
Oasis.
Oasis.
It's brilliant, by the way. It's really good. I watched it the other day. Okay, question number 5. In Scrabble, the letter Z is worth how many points?
Oh, it's me, Johnny.
Oh,
8.
you both. That was both at the same time. Okay, Carl's today. Tom.
9.
Okay, question number 6.
Are we right?
True or false? Killer whales
False.
are the largest.
I don't feel
I
like
had a
that's
50-50 chance. I just went for a minute.
You didn't even hear the question. Right,
I
ready?
didn't need to.
It's a 50-50
Killer
chance.
whales are the largest mammals in the dolphin family. True or false?
False.
Oh, it's me, Johnny Vegas. True.
Okay. Well, I'll do the answers afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number 7. The Ross and Rachel love story from Friends is seen today as the best on-screen love story. But which is the smallest planet in our solar system?
What the? Why,
Mercury.
why has that got anything to do with Ross?
Because he's a paleontologist and he's nothing to do with stars.
It's like he
Thank
gave
you.
us a fact.
Yeah.
You're saying Mercury.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's me, Johnny Vegas. Pluto.
It's not a planet anymore, mate.
Interesting. Is it not a planet?
No, it's gone.
How's it
Pluto.
gone?
Isn't it? It's Pluto gone. No, maybe I'm
How
wrong.
would it just go?
I don't know. No, I thought they said one of them was it turned out to be was it Uranus? One of them turned out to be a star instead of a planet. Look at him. He's so childish. That's the only thing that's young about him is his sense of humor. Come on, Adam. Next question.
Number 8. What does the word dinosaur mean in Greek?
Oh, it's me, Johnny Vegas.
Go on.
Big bastard.
You're almost there. It's not far from it.
Big creature.
Yeah, I might give you half points. Let me think about that. I might give you half points. That's
Okay.
not. It's not far from that. Okay. Question number 9. Which country is a transcontinental country, meaning that it is located in both the continents of Asia and Europe? So, which country is in both Asia and Europe?
Africa.
It's not a bad answer.
I have no idea.
Isn't Africa a continent anyway?
I don't know. I just remember watching.
I
a
can't give anything
documentary
away.
once Where I'm sure it was Africa, and 2 women said they were going to peddle to Africa, but they did. It was something. I'm sure it was Africa.
A country.
It's not. It's like there is a way to get there.
I
I
don't
don't
know. Tasmania.
Brilliant.
Tasmania.
In America,
I'm pretty
no?
sure you were asked for a country name and you gave it a continent name.
Maybe.
Ah, well.
I don't know.
Isn't
Go on,
Tasmania in? That's Romania, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So the last question then. What question can you never answer yes to?
Oh, it's me, Johnny Vegas.
Go on.
Would I make a podcast with Carl?
Go.
Is Tom young?
Okay. Well, the answer to that question is: are you asleep yet?
Oh.
Very good. Very good.
So, shall I go through it then? So, okay. The questions are in the office. It's Fray Bentos. Why can't you put the bunny back in the box? Is from Conair. David Brent does prefer a flan. Supersonic is a documentary from Oasis. Scrabble is worth 10 points.
Ah, damn it.
It is true that killer whales are the largest mammals in the dolphin family. So they're technically dolphins.
Get in there.
Mercury is the smallest planet.
Suck it, Gil.
And fearful lizard is dinosaur in Greek.
I
So
think
you
I
kind
get
of
half
half there
points
with
for big bastard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. Let me just put that
Fearful
down.
lizard, big bastard,
Um,
same things.
Which country is transcontinental? Turkey.
Great.
Turkey.
Hmm.
It's quite good. I thought it would have been brilliant if you'd have carried on down the road of making every single question office related and just gone, no, there's no more.
Well, believe me, I did think of that.
So Adam, what we
Maybe
need to
next
know
week.
now, what the audience members need to know is who won.
It's very, very, very close actually. Carl, you got 2.5 points,
Yeah.
and Tom, you got 3.5 points.
Fantastic.
So-
What? Yeah, but you
Tom is
you
the
did
winner.
have two. Tom is
No.
obsessed with The Office. If you'd have taken those 2 Office questions out, or if you'd have taken one of the Office questions out,
I'm doing my victory dance.
technically, hang on now. Technically, we'd have been equal if you'd have taken one of
I
those
thought you were
Office
a
questions
fan
out.
of The
You're
Office,
obsessed
Carl.
with
I
it.
thought-
I am a fan,
thought you were a
but I'm not
fan
like
of
a
it.
loser. I am a fan of The Office, but I'm not like a loser fan who knows every quote going and
Listen,
buys the book.
This just
Like
sounds
him.
to me. This sounds to me like somebody who is
Mate,
being a little
tie
bit
break.
of a
See, if you'd
sore
have
loser.
taken one of those off, we'd be on a tiebreaker now. You're being a little bitch.
I tell you what, because in the podcast last week, when Tom said he went to Winnersh, Taplow, Yateley,
Yeah.
and you laughed, I thought,
You mean in 2 weeks' time?
yeah. No, that was last week's. That was
Oh, right,
last
you're right.
month's.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I thought because you laughed at it and there was a moment between you two, I thought, yeah, they're both Office fans. So I thought,
No,
I'd throw
I
it
am
in.
an Office fan, mate. I love The Office, but not to the point of learning all the quotes. You know, I've got a life
Mm.
outside of TV.
Yeah,
So,
it's incredibly busy, as we can see you on a.
Zoom
4 o'clock in the
call.
afternoon recording a podcast.
Yeah.
Adam,
Right.
thank you so much for doing the quiz, and thank you so much for picking phenomenal questions that really tested everybody's real sort of general knowledge, mine included. And as we can see, first quiz of the year, first win for me.
Adam, piss
Yeah.
off. Only joking. Thank you, Adam. We appreciate you.
See you next time.
Cheers, Adam.
Bye. Quiz.
Let's quiz.
Thank you very much, Adam Westcott. Carl,
Thanks, Adam. Yes, mate.
what do you think? Because when we started making this podcast, we worked out that we'd be doing 4 episodes a month.
Yeah.
And then I saw a calendar similar to the calendar that I have just
Oh, here we go.
released for pre-order. Calendar is available on pre-order. Pretty good Christmas gift for anybody who likes pictures of me
Old
in the
people.
woods.
Anyone who's a fan of Cliff Richard, you're gonna love it.
Old or young. It's been photographed in a way.
You're a
that will
fan
appeal
of Cliff
to
Richard,
both.
Johnny Vegas, or Tommy Vaughan. This calendar's for you, baby.
Calendar is available on my Facebook or
Yeah,
my
all right.
Instagram.
Let's move on now. Come on. Yep. Put a
The
link
point
in.
I was
You can put a
making-
link onto that. Go on.
Yeah, link here.
A link down below.
Point I was making about the calendar is
Yes, mate.
it was only when I started making a calendar that I realized some months have 5 weeks in them.
Yeah. Do you know what we should have done? We should have gone, we're just going to do a podcast every other week. And that would have been easier and taken the pressure off us. But we were dull enough to go, let's do a podcast every week.
I think
And
every
let's
week. mate.
start it during lockdown.
Yeah. The most difficult time in the world. You and I, when we obviously, because this is the first time we've not been able to meet up,
Yeah.
but you and I, when we do meet up, we sit down and obviously me and Carl can talk for England, but there is a point where we sort of go, "What you been up to, mate?" And the pair of us go,
Yeah.
"Nothing, absolutely nothing." But the point
Yeah.
I was making about it was, I think what might be a really nice thing to do, and if you disagree, I'll cut this bit out. But
All right.
I think every month that we've got a 5-week podcast or 5 weeks of podcasting, we do 4 in a really cool location,
Do one from home.
and we do a 5th one
Mate,
from home
banging.
with
I'm well into that.
with a guest.
Perfect.
I think that's a really, really cool idea.
Perfect.
And we get a guest in on Zoom, and maybe we do just because I want to use that jingle over and over again. A 10 question Adam Westcott.
Adam Westcott. That joke will become apparent in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah,
As to why I wanted to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense now, but it will if we shot.
But
these
it
in sync.
will in 2 weeks, baby.
So I think we do that. Yeah, 5 week months. We do a quiz with Adam Westcott, and we do an episode from home as well. What we need to do is, I've noticed just before we sign off on this podcast, but I've noticed that we've had some really, really lovely reviews. In the coming episodes, we're going to be giving away some t-shirts. We've already filmed those
I
bits.
thought you went really serious then. I thought you were going to tell me something that was like
No,
supposed to be
no,
told off camera or something.
No, not at all. But we
Go on.
need some more reviews. We need you guys to
Okay.
review it on iTunes if that's where you get your podcast, and to subscribe on YouTube and all that sort of stuff as well.
And give the video a like.
Yeah, all that
Please.
stuff that you think you don't have to do
It helps us.
really does help us. Really does help us. If you want to be a patron, of the show,
Links below.
link is below. We've got a wicked month of shows coming up for you in November,
Yes.
and they are much, much better than this one.
No, this is great.
No, I've enjoyed this. I have enjoyed this. It's been
Me
nice to do this, but we've got some really cool things coming up.
Yeah, from a really cool venue.
Yeah. I feel like I've
True
spent
story.
the whole of this episode trying to not give away what we've
Oh,
already
sorry.
filmed.
I didn't say it.
No, I know.
There you are. Anyway, all the best. God bless. If you're on a bike in the night,
Wear white. Can you explain to people why you said if you're on a bike in the night? People who've had patron videos, by the way, the little personalized videos. Carl said this quite a lot in the patron videos, and
I don't know. It's just something one of my heroes says. So,
is it really?
Yeah.
Who's one of your heroes?
I'll tell you another time.
Is it me?
Cough, is it you? What a
Thank you so much for joining us on this live from home episode of the Awkward Turkey podcast. I've been Tom Vaughan. This is Carl Morgan. Big thank you to Mr. Adam Westcott. You can be a patron, as always, if you are already. Thank you. Your names will be at the end of this episode, because that starts now. So look out for your name in the credits, and we will see you in 1 week's time on Sunday at 7
Lots of
o'clock.
love. Goodbye.
Mic drop.
This YouTube